Well, hello there. We are microcasting live, and it is the fourth day of this week's event, Mastering Facebook Live. And today we're broadcasting a little bit later because I'm human and some things came up and I couldn't make our 11 a.m. call. But all that's going to be explained here, and it's all about what we're talking about today, okay? So if you're here and you're watching the replay, type an R down below. Thank you so much for those people who have been catching the replay and engaging with us. You have my appreciation, and you are creating community, and you are also creating commonality and camaraderie. So thank you. And if you're here live with me, then also let me know. Type a Y down below, okay? So I know that this is not the normal time, but we're going to get into it anyway, okay? So today we're talking about all about the psychology behind Facebook Live and why this is important to you, okay? So if you're somebody who's already using Facebook Live in order to brand yourself, in order to share who you are with your audience, then I think you're really gonna find this video valuable, okay? So if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Ben Perry, and I am the creator and founder of Organic Facebook Secrets, a place, a community that's all about organic engagement, okay? Specifically, increasing your organic engagement to help you turn those likes, comments, hearts, shares into cold, hard cash in your bank account, all right? So our community is called F-Bomb Nation, and F-Bomb Nation, okay, stands for FBOM, Facebook Organic Marketers. So thank you so much. We're going to get right down into it. Okay, so what is the one simple action that can increase the resonance for your audience? And that is, this action's called courage. Okay, now a lot of people think of courage, and a lot of people see it, and they're like, okay, so, but how? How do I be courageous? Hey, Jason, how do I be courageous? And what does that even mean? There's a lot of fear that I have about going live. There's a lot of fear that I have about actually showing myself on a Facebook Live. So in order to be courageous, you have to be vulnerable, okay? And I think that's why a lot of people really resonate with somebody who's vulnerable, okay? Vulnerability and courage are two sides of the same coin. So if you just kind of show that you're a human being, then people can love you and people can resonate with you. Because here's the deal, there's so many things that are happening underneath our conscious awareness for us, okay, as human beings. We're very good at reading subtle cues and body language. Women 10 times so than men. So when you're able to just get on and be yourself, aka be vulnerable, because that's what a lot of people are scared to do. They're scared to actually be their authentic selves. So if you take the mask off and you show who you actually are, people can identify with you. And if you guys are watching right now, do me a huge favor, all right? Share this video, because I know that there's going to be a ton of value in this video for people, and they're going to see, hey, what's the psychology of going Facebook Live, and why is it, like, why are people loving it? So that's what this video is going to be all about, okay? So let's see those hearts and the likes, and let's have the light it up with the hearts, the likes, and the wows. So I wrote a few things down because I have my outline here, okay? So the reason why people resonate with you is because we have something called mirror neurons. So when we look at somebody, we see, hey, you know, you ever notice somebody trip and fall and like really have like a hard hit, and we kind of, we twinge, you know, with pain. That's because we have these mirror neurons, okay? We actually see ourselves in the other person's eyes, and we act as if we are them. So when that happens, we are resonating with another person. Secondly, okay, if you've ever seen somebody that's helping somebody else, okay, and you just kind of feel really light and you feel all warm and tingly. Maybe you see somebody helping an old lady across the street. We like that because we resonate with that other person, okay? So there's a lot of psychology behind this thing that we call live. So if you can get on here and just be yourself, even if you trip over a word, even if you blah, 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 okay? We don't just say, no, stop. Let's restart this live all over again. You don't do that in a live conversation with somebody. You don't do that when you go have coffee and you trip over your tongue. You don't say, oh, stop, let's redo this. No, you just adjust and you move on, okay? And that's very much like going Facebook Live is. Now, I realized that it was brought to my attention that most people don't use Facebook like I teach people to use Facebook, okay? So most people use Facebook as just a way to connect with friends and family, and it's actually very, very weird for them to just make their profile public, for them to just share themselves so freely and so authentically, because they're very closed off, right? Because they want that level of security. Especially that I've found people who join Facebook groups. People who join Facebook groups, and these are closed groups, they feel a certain sense of security inside of that group because it's away from the wide, wild west world of Facebook, okay? So they feel like they can be themselves, they feel like they can just talk about things, and they won't be judged by their friends and or family or anybody else who might have some type of approval seeking that's held over them, okay? And if that's the case, I totally get it. But in order for you to be free, in order for you to be unstuck, you gotta let those things go. You gotta just give up needing approval in the first place. I know that's a hard thing for a lot of people, but I highly recommend it, and the benefits are insane. So the second thing, okay, what increases your celebrity status, all right? When you go Facebook Live, you guys wanna hear, all right, I know Jason, you're on right now. We got one other person, I can't really see. It says Jason +1. So let me know, okay, type an A in the comments if you want to hear how you can increase your celebrity status by going Facebook Live, by going live on Facebook. You know what I'm talking about, okay? And it's a very simple psychology, and that psychology is this. We, as human beings, especially in America or Europe or any of these first world countries, we're totally used to seeing people on TV. We're used to seeing people on a screen, okay? Passively watching them. And so that puts us in the role of spectator. That puts us in the role of, hey, we're watching this person, okay? And it's only been within the last year or two, okay, that Facebook Live has been a thing. But also people who have recorded videos and put those videos up. What creates the celebrity status for that person? I say it's because there's this unconscious thing that associates you watching somebody on a screen with celebrity status. Thus, their status increases, and we want to be next to them, we want to be near them, we want to know them, okay? It's very easy for you to do this if you just are consistent at going Facebook Live, okay? Because then people will start to see that you're a real person, and it's like this shiny object syndrome, only you end up becoming the shiny object by default. Okay. So there's a couple of people who are vloggers on YouTube who have kind of developed this celebrity status. That would be like the vlogger Casey Neistat. We have Philip DeFranco. We have Jenna Marbles, and then somehow this guy has 50-something million subscribers on YouTube. His name's PewDiePie. And I'm actually pretty excited that I don't really know anything about PewDiePie, but he's got 50 million subscribers, so maybe you do. Maybe you've seen one of his videos, okay? And that's what makes him a quote-unquote celebrity. He's just a guy who's filming stuff, just like you would be if you're going Facebook Live, okay? So let's see some hearts and some likes in the comments, okay? If you guys resonate with that, if that makes sense. So by very nature of you going live, you can see, hey, I can increase my status and raise my status just by going live. And I can have people know, like, and trust me by being vulnerable and by being courageous. So there we go. And then, and if people know, like, and trust you, I just found this quote out the other day. Jeffrey Gitomer, he's a sales trainer, but he has this quote that says, all things being equal, people want to do business with their friends. Sounds good. But all things not being equal, people still want to do business with their friends. So how do you become somebody who is known, liked, and trusted? By going on Facebook Live, and for just being vulnerable and just being authentic. When you're your authentic self, people can see you, people can kind of get to know you, and that creates a level of trust, and then people will want to do business with you. I know that we have a person on right now, Jason, okay? You wouldn't have done any of the actions that you've done in the last week if probably I hadn't have done so many Facebook Lives. Now there's something to be said about writing posts and showing my personality through written posts, but you really get to see who a person is when they go live. You get to see their facial expressions. You get to see how they handle things. I'm walking around in public right now, okay? And you get to see how I am when I'm out in the real world. Is this a facade? No, this is just who I am. This is Ben Perry. And you can do it too, right? That's your celebrity status. And then the third thing is I said, why behind the scenes help people feel like they know you? So essentially, this whole video of going live is essentially a behind the scenes moment. I'm showing you right now, real time, what's going on in my life. I'm walking down the street in downtown Orlando. I have a couple people that are looking at me. Okay, cool. This is behind the scenes. Jason says exactly, learned a ton. Next up, getting those lives going. Exactly. And I could be here as a guide, as somebody that can help you to feel through those jitters and do it anyway. But when you go behind, when you broadcast live, you're essentially showing real time, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's up for me. Maybe I'm sharing something that's super fun or super funny, and you get to resonate with that, okay? So that's the psychology of basically Facebook Lives. And you can just have a very natural, very cool, calm demeanor and have it not be a thing. Is it a little weird walking around with your camera out and everybody thinks that you're taking a walking selfie? Sure, maybe at first. But once you learn those two things, number one, you don't fear disapproval, and number two, you don't need anybody's approval, then the world truly is your oyster. And you're able to go Facebook Live, you're able to just share who you are, and especially if you're a leader or an influencer of any kind. It doesn't matter what product or service that you're promoting. If you go Facebook Live and you're just authentic, you're courageous and vulnerable, two sides of the same coin, if you're able to just, by nature of you showing up and somebody watching you, that puts you into a celebrity status. Okay, and the more people see you, the more that they will associate you as a celebrity. And celebrities, by definition, have quote unquote higher status. Higher status is good. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be the most high status person, but it projects the image that you are. Okay, somebody could show up, nobody knows who that person is, but by really just acting natural, not giving a flying about what anybody thinks, and this person's not broadcasting who they are, by very nature, people are going to wonder, wow, this person's got to be somebody, because nobody acts that confident unless they have a celebrity status, unless their status is really high. Okay? And then the third is, how do you have somebody feel like they know, like, and trust you? You just kind of show behind the scenes. This is behind the scenes. All right? So, hey, Elizabetta. Welcome, welcome. So thank you so much. This has been the fourth video today. I was going to explain kind of what happened, why we're doing the live at 3:15 today and not at 11 a.m. Well, I had something scheduled on my Calendly, and I forgot to block out that time. So rather, I tried to think about whether rescheduling that, but I decided not to. I can always come back and do this. But that's what happens when you have just a lot of things on your plate, and then I have other commitments that happened after that. So here I am, and that's my vulnerable story. Okay, something got in the way, but here I am, still showing up. I've made it right. I've cleaned it up, and now I can move on, and I don't need to feel bad about myself. I don't need to have this be something that I don't confront. Anytime you do something and you know you're going to upset somebody else, the quickest and fastest way to free yourself from that is to just admit that you were wrong and get to work cleaning it up. Because I'll tell you what, complexity increases in direct proportion to your non-confrontation. So if you're somebody who is not, if you're scared to have confrontation, you're gonna have a really tough go at this life. So I just recommend pulling the Band-Aid off, doing the thing, confronting the person, and then you're able to get on with the rest of your life, okay? So you can generally sum up somebody's success in life by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. So I totally want that for you. Just confront it, all right? So anyway, this has been another broadcast of Organic Facebook Secrets, Ben Perry, in this event called Mastering Facebook Live. I appreciate you, and I will talk with you later. Have a good one. Bye.